What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today we're going to be talking about a surgeon out there that definitely is either way too good at surgery or way too bad, because they've been doing Zoom calls while in the operating room. Regardless, I figured let's talk about it.
Nice racking her ass Brazilian, just turned 21, but my bank's a million.
Alright, so if there's one thing I feel like really shouldn't mix, it's politics and surgery, you know? And I don't even mean that in your opinions. I mean you literally should not be in a legislative meeting about politics while you're also during surgery. But I guess in Maryland, there's a plastic surgeon that doesn't think the rules work that way for her. Maryland lawmaker reprimanded for performing surgery during legislative meetings. You just gotta love the confidence that, like, you know, you're a state legislature, you're supposed to be in the state capitol for a meeting or whatever. I guess because of COVID stuff's been different. You're like, I'm in the middle of a surgery, but just patch me in through Zoom. Like, do you think any of the other state legislatures were confused when they're talking about this bill they're gonna pass for education, and all of a sudden the camera fell inside of the person they're doing surgery on? They're like, is that a spleen? What exactly am I looking at here? I don't know why you would want to be a state legislature person and a surgeon. That just seems like way too much on the schedule. You know, they're probably all for helping their community or whatever, good people. But I'm gonna be honest, man, like, I don't have time to do, like, 2 full-time jobs. And I'm not a surgeon. If one of my jobs was cutting people open and, like, repairing them, I definitely would not want to, like, go do another job after. A Maryland state lawmaker who is also a doctor was reprimanded earlier this month for performing surgery while appearing virtually for legislative meetings. State Delegate Terry Hill was fined $15,000 by the Maryland Board of Physicians in a consent order issued on October 19th for unprofessional conduct in the practice of medicine. Hill, who was elected to the Maryland House of Delegates in 2014, is also a board-certified plastic surgeon. I do have to give him credit, dude. This lady is definitely up there as an overachiever. Like, I'm just gonna say, obviously, you're pretty damn good at being good at life if you're like a House delegate and also a plastic surgeon. I do think you do obviously gotta understand your conduct was a little unprofessional, though, if you're in this person's shoes, right? Like, all things considered, a $15,000 fine isn't that bad, considering the fact that you were, like, literally zooming into the state Congress while having a person cut open right in front of you. I don't know if surgeons get paid for the, like, by the hour, but if I was somebody getting plastic surgery from this person and, like, I found out that in the middle of my surgery they just stopped and went and had a meeting, like, while they were cutting me open, I would be kind of annoyed, especially if I find out I was charged for the length of the surgery. I don't necessarily think that's how it works. I don't know too much about medicine. But even if I wasn't charged for it, like, I don't know how I'd feel, dude. You're telling me that you gave me anesthetic, you made me pass out. You basically put me in a medically induced slumber. And then while I'm medically induced to sleep and, like, be unconscious, you know, you just then took the time to, like, have your delegate meeting? Why didn't you just not schedule a surgery that day? I don't feel like House delegate meetings are something that they kind of spring up on the schedule. Those are usually planned pretty far in advance. Couldn't you have just not had somebody cut open in front of you at that exact time? The state lawmaker told the AP that she worked hard to serve her patients and constituents during the coronavirus pandemic, and I accept the board's decision that I could have done better. I just want to say, I don't think anyone is claiming that, you know, you're not good at your job. Obviously, you're good enough at giving surgery where you thought you could also, like, be in a legislative meeting while doing it. I think anyone that got that level of confidence is probably pretty damn good at it. I don't think anyone's out here saying that, like, you weren't doing your best to treat your patients during the pandemic or that you're a bad doctor. You know, you just probably shouldn't be on FaceTime while you're doing surgery. It's all right. Like, I would still trust this girl. I'm gonna be honest. I would. I don't need plastic surgery, but if someone's ballsy enough to just be on FaceTime while cutting people open, they probably know what's up. I might be a little frustrated if I found out after the fact, but at the same time, dude, like, kind of badass. I'm not even gonna lie. That's the only way to explain. This is some Doctor Strange stuff right here. Like, he'd just be low-key patching the multiverse while also having someone cut open. But don't do this. Don't do this if you're a doctor, though. Because while I appreciate the confidence, I feel like surgery is one of those things that probably needs your full attention. You know, I appreciate it, but I also want you to pay close attention if you've got me cut open. According to the consent order, Hill attended 2 legislative committee meetings via video conference on February 19th and March 12th. She attended the February meeting to introduce a bill she was sponsoring and appeared on stream in surgical gown, face mask, and surgical cap, and a physician's assistant said that they stepped back from the operating table for a few minutes and then returned. The patient she was operating on said they did not recall Hill asking to participate in the hearing. Well, obviously, they don't remember it, bro. They were under, like, anesthesia, passed out on the table, cut open. What would be really hilarious, like, I know they have those anesthesias where you're, like, awake, but you don't remember it. If in the middle of this meeting, the guy getting operated on is like, are you in a meeting right now? You know, just calls her out. Obviously, everybody had to have been taken aback, dude. I don't know how I would feel if, like, I was expecting a legislative meeting, you know, boring men and women in suits, just kind of, like, talking about bills and sponsors and government funding. All of a sudden, this lady shows up in surgical gown, face mask, surgical mask, you know, the whole thing. Surgical gas, too, maybe she gets gassy, I'm not too sure, whatever, but, like, she just starts going off about how you need to sponsor this bill, or, you know, I'll put you on the operating table. If you would have spun this into, like, a medical legislation and played it off as you being, dressed up to play a character, you probably would have been okay. Imagine, like, you know, she's introducing the bill. Bill 205 is a fantastic way for us to help education. Bean, he's flatlining! Hill acknowledged to the panel that her participation in the committee meetings was not required. After news reports emerged detailing her conduct, Hill told the board that she contacted the surgery center's medical director, who told her that it was never to happen again. She did not appreciate the sanctity of the operating room open to the public and understands the idea of don't invite the public into the operating room, the board wrote. I will say, dude, all things considered, obviously this is funny. I wanted to talk about it and make fun of it. I don't think she needs to be fired. I don't think she needs to, like, lose her medical license over this. I know some people were really upset. I don't feel like all of that's necessary. Clearly, it was a mistake. It shouldn't have happened. But if the director of her surgery center is saying it's never going to happen again, there hasn't been any problems with her being unprofessional in the past, I think she deserves another chance. I mean, maybe that's just me, but, like, at the end of the day, dude, she's clearly good at doing surgery. She clearly cares about her community, which is why she's a state delegate in the first place. So, you know, if next summer she's FaceTiming people while doing surgeries again, all right, we learned our lesson. But clearly, you know, if people are willing to still keep using her to get cut open, she's good at it. You got to give her credit. Anyways, I will say that if for some reason I ever end up under the knife, I'm going to ask my doctor specifically not to go to any state legislative meetings. Thank you for at least making me aware of the fact that I have to point that out to doctors, that I don't want them FaceTiming anyone really while we're in the operating room. I don't care if it's the state legislator. I don't care if it's you telling your husband what to get from the grocery store, all right? If you've got me under the knife cut open, I want your full attention. That's what I'm paying for here. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. And, of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on those notifications. If you want to help me out more than that, you could check out the intro song linked down below. You could also check out my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, which can be found in the description, or use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. You get a discount on G Fuel. It helps me out. Everyone's a winner. Other than that, I did go ahead and end up putting some of my story times on Spotify. You guys had been asking me to, so that way you can listen to them, you know, offline, all that good stuff. So I went ahead and did that. Check that out. I'll put the link at the top of the description. But on that note, that's everything, guys. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I'm going to go cut somebody open while also FaceTiming somebody about Thanksgiving. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.